Hey everybody, welcome to a segment that I'm calling Challenging the Practice. Challenging the Practice are going to be little kind of 5-minute videos. They're going to show you maybe how to get into some deeper poses or adding challenges to existing poses. Today, I'm going to walk you through hurdler's lunge or hurdler's pose. So coming onto your mat, hurdler's lunge or hurdler's pose can be added to when we bring the knee to the elbow, usually from a three-legged dog into a plank variation. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So if we're in three-legged dog, and we bring the knee to the elbow, this would be the space where we could go into a hurdler's pose, or you could add it in even if maybe I'm not physically cueing it or an instructor is not physically cueing it. To get into a hurdler's pose from your plank, I'm going to show it here first. You're actually going to wedge your knee on the back of your tricep, and you're going to take your opposite elbow and pin it underneath your hip. So this hand will be down, this hand will be with a knee, so it's going to look a little. Let's see if I can do it on my back. So if I'm in plank, I'm going to wedge this elbow underneath my hip, and then my knee is going to come to my tricep. That's what it's going to look like. Kind of, this is the back variation. But I wanted you to see this elbow pinning underneath the hip. So in your hurdler's pose, come on to the hands and the feet. You're going to launch forward. Now this is really important, and I talk about it in my chaturanga video as well, so you can go back and look at that. Bend elbows halfway. Now I'm pinning my left elbow underneath. My right knee is going to come to the back of my tricep, and actually I probably would have put it there first. And then once you're there, you're turning the face to the right, shifting the balance, and your head can rest on the mat or not. Your back leg lifts, and then you have the choice to extend the right leg. And then once you come back, usually we move right back into a three-legged dog. So this is a hurdler's pose, which can be added on when you go elbow to knee. And if you would just want more challenge in your practice, you can add it on no matter if the instructor is cueing it or not. So I'm just going to show the whole thing. Breath in, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, and you really got to get your knee resting on the tricep. Bend your opposite elbow. I've pinned my elbow under the hip, face turns, and then I'm shifting the weight. Maybe extending the leg. Coming back. I'm going to show the same side, except I'm going to turn and show what it looks like while I'm facing the camera. So three-legged dog, breath in. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. I'm going to bend my left elbow, hug, pin it underneath, turn the face, shift the weight, and then maybe extend the leg. And that is a lot of work. That is hurdler's pose. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me during our live classes. I'm happy to go through it again. Or email or text me. All right. Whew. So that was challenging the practice hurdler's pose. Some things that are going to help you get into hurdler's pose is a crow practice. So crow practice where you're bringing the knees to the back of the triceps, and also really prioritizing that launch forward in your chaturanga, or when we go from plank to the floor. So if you're in plank, launching forward, lowering all the way down to the mat. Those two things are going to help you start to build the strength to get into that hurdler's pose. I'm going to do it one more time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to tricep, pinning my opposite elbow under my hip, turning the face, shifting, extending. That extension is optional. And then a lot of times we're going to come right back to three-legged dog. All right, thanks for joining me. That was hurdler's pose.